up your body, jiggle up your sing. Love me like that. Love me like we ain't never let go. Love me.
Today's look, we're going to use the 35B palette by Morphe. With a R37 brush, we're going to pick up that first yellow shadow and start blending it out. Using this as our transition shade, I'm going to start off with just a little bit of product and slowly start building it higher to make the yellow pop through a little bit more. Since we're going to be working with very pigmented shadows and very colorful shadows, sometimes it's a little bit harder to blend. So the key really here is going to be to blend and blend until you see no more harsh lines. It can get pretty exhausting, but just keep blending it out until you see what you want to see. Here we're going to pick up the M433 brush with that orange shade, and we're going to apply it on our crease, blending it out with the yellow that we see above. You just really want to be careful to blend out the shadow but not take it up too high so that you can still let the yellow peek through. If not, it's going to just be orange and then white from the eyebrows, and you don't want that. You want it to look gradient. You want it to blend down nicely. I'm just going to keep on blending until I see what I want to see, until I see no harsh edges, and until everything is nicely blended. With that same brush, I'm going to grab this pinky, orangey, coral kind of color and just blend it down a little bit more, a little bit under the orange that I just grabbed. This is just going to help so that it doesn't look too harsh and just to add a little bit of color to it. Here I'm going to pick up the R37 brush that we used first with the yellow, and I'm just going to go through and blend the yellow and the orange again, just with no extra product. Just grab the brush and blend it a little more. Felt like there was a line, so just blend it and blend it. Here I'm going to pick up my Sigma E25 brush with that purple, and this brush is a little more compact, so it actually helps to keep the purple in the crease and very precise so it doesn't mess around everywhere, which is what we want, because that purple is just going to peek through for the cut crease later on. So we don't want it to be very messy. We don't want it to be everywhere. We're just going to kind of place it there on the crease. Like I said, since these shadows are very pigmented and they're very bright, you have to blend them out a lot. You have to sit there and blend. Remember not to take this purple up too high, just kind of keep it in the crease so you can still see the orange and the yellow. Here I'm going to go back in with the M433 and just blend it out a little bit more so that you can't see the purple too much. Here I did go back and grab a little bit of that first orange shade that we grabbed just because I saw a little bit too much purple and it went up a little too high and I didn't really like it, so I'm just going in. And now I'm going to go in with the R37 brush and blend out a little more of the yellow and the orange. I'm going to pick up my E17 brush, which is a super compact brush. Its bristles are really long and they're compact enough to just keep that purple in the crease, which is what I really wanted and I was hoping for, so I went back with that brush and now I'm placing it in my crease. The purple is getting a little lower on my lid, but that's fine because we're going to clean it up with concealer in just a little bit. It's really important to try your hardest to blend out everything as much as you can before you go in and clean up with the concealer, because once you clean it up, you're going to have a perfectly rounded out cut crease, and you don't want to go back in and just mess all that up. Right here I'm going back in with my M433 and just blending out the purple with the yellow and the orange. Throughout the video, you're going to see me keep on going back to my R37 brush and my M433 just to blend everything out. If I see lines, I'll continue to come back to the brushes and blend out. That's your best friend. Just keep blending. Sometimes when we blend a lot, the colors start to fade. So like that purple will start to fade. You can come back and place that color again and blend it out again until you get what you want to see, until everything is blended and the color is still there. But if it disappears a little bit, just pack it on a little more and blend it out. Just keep coming back with your brushes and pack it on and then blend it. Here I'm going to go back with my Sigma E25, which is a better blending brush. The E17 works to place the color in my crease and it blends it out, but it still leaves lines. And this brush is it's also compact and good for blending. It just blends better, and it's more dedicated towards blending rather than the E17 that is just to place the product. I truly feel like I don't make sense in a lot of what I say, and I'm sorry, bear with me. These are barely my first few videos, and I'm trying to get the hang of this. It makes sense in my head, but maybe not in yours. I'm sorry. It's just important to keep going back with your brushes and blending everything out. You can keep on packing more and just blending it. But really, it's not a joke when I say that what is crucial is to just keep blending, to keep going back with your brushes and blending out everything that you see. And even if you don't see anything or any lines, just go back. I mean, you can never blend enough. A lot of this is just going to be repetition, so if you don't hear me talking, it's because you're just repeating the steps over and over again. Here I'm taking Anastasia's concealer in shade 0.75 and a Ulta concealer brush, and I am going to carve out my cut crease. A good trick that I use to carve out my cut crease to see where the line is supposed to be is I just use the lines that are on my eyes where my lid crease is. Some people don't have a crease in their lid, which is even better because they can create their own crease if they want to. At least I've seen it. I've seen it's easier to create a crease whenever you don't have one. You can place it wherever you want. This concealer is really good for carving out cut creases, and this brush is bomb. It doesn't feather out and leave like little hair-like strokes on the concealer, so I recommend this really. Here I'm going to go back in with that purple on any like flat brush that you use for eyeliner. This is what this brush is. It's an eyeliner brush. I grab it and I place that purple and create a line where the cut crease is, which helps a lot if the purple wasn't sticking before with the blending brush. You just go back in with that purple and create a line. Now I'm going to take that navy blue and with an M433 brush, and I'm going to place it on the outer corner of my eyes and kind of blend it in. It's not necessary to blend it in a lot with the concealer because we're going to go back through and place a different color on there and blend that out as well. Here I'm going to take a MAC 242 brush with that bright blue, and I'm going to pack it next to that navy blue and in the inner corner. It's not necessary for me to blend it out yet with that brush. I mean, it's not a blending brush, it's just to pack on color. With that same 242 brush, I have two of them, which is why I didn't have to clean it, but you can clean yours or, you know, use any compact brush. And I'm going to take that skin color tone and place it in the middle of my lid. Here I'm taking my M433 brush and I'm not putting any extra product on my brush. I'm just blending out the navy blue with the lighter blue to make it look a little more seamless. I'm going to take my MAC 242 again and pack on a little more light blue just because it faded away and I don't want that. Now I'm going to take my M506, which is a smaller blending brush, to blend out the lighter blue into the cream color eyeshadow. Here I'm going back in with the eyeliner brush just to pop out that purple a little bit more, and you're going to see me, I'm going to keep going back in and placing it more there just to make it pop a little more. And with this E25 brush, I just go in and blend out the edges, and if I go into the inner part of my eye, I try not to touch the lower part, the crease, so it doesn't all blend out. Now I'm taking my M433 brush and blending out the navy blue. This is just the same process that you've seen before. I keep going back and doing the same thing just because I want these colors to truly pop. So I pack on a little more just so that you can see the real color. Here I'm going to take my two-faced glitter glue with my M213 brush and place some glue on the inner corner of my eyes. Then I'm going to take my eye candy glitter in the style sugar cane and blend out the glitter a little bit. Then I'm going to take my mascara and coat my lashes, and I'm going to put my lashes on off camera, and I am now here with my lashes. Now I'm taking my M433 brush and just blending out anything that is left to blend out. Now I'm taking my Monistat chafing gel that I use as a primer. Now I'm taking my Fenty Beauty foundation in shade 260 with my Sigma F80 Kabuki brush, and I am going to blend out my foundation. Now I'm taking my Tarte concealer in shade light medium and placing it under my eyes, on my cupid's bow, and on my chin, and taking my Real Techniques sponge to blend everything out. Now I'm taking my E41 powder brush and just putting some translucent powder to set my face. Now I'm going to take my M506 on that orangey color that we used at the beginning, and I'm going to blend that out on my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take that orangey coral shade, the second one we used, and blend it up a little bit higher on my lash line and just blend everything together. Now I'm going to take my Sigma E20 short shader brush with that purple and place it really close on my lower lash line and blend it out. After everything is blended out, you can take your mascara and coat your bottom lashes with mascara. Moving on to the face, I'm going to take my Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D with my Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm going to carve out my cheeks and contour them. Then I'm going to take my M523 and with the darkest color in the Shade and Light palette, I'm going to contour my forehead and bring it down to my jawline. Uh, Even though it's the darkest color, if you blend it out, you'll be perfectly fine, and you can blend it down to your neck as well, and you won't be able to see it. Now I'm taking Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics with my M310 brush and placing my highlight on my cheeks, on my cupid's bow, and on my chin. And then I'm going to take Flower Child by Becca Cosmetics with my E4 brush and place my blush on the apples of my cheeks and blend it back towards my contour. Now I'm taking Anastasia's clear brow gel to set my eyebrows in place. And I do this last because I don't like my brows to look like they have powder on them. So if I do it last, it avoids that. Now I'm taking my Fenty Beauty lip gloss and finishing the look. Now I'm going to take Morphe setting spray to set my face.